How's it going out there, everyone? My name is Brandon, aka Scourge of Vinyl. This video, we have got numbers 40 to 31 on my top 50 albums of 2017 list. And I feel like I should remind some of you that this is my list. I made this. If your favorite album isn't on this, make your own list. If an album that you don't like is on this list, so be it. It all becomes a matter of personal preference. So just relax. Okay, I've got 10 more albums to show. Jump right into it here. Coming in at number 40, this is Cloak with Two Venomous Deaths. Season of Mist Records release. Cloak from Atlanta, Georgia. The Tribulation comparisons are fair, but they are overwhelming. I think it's a lazy comparison if you just say, oh, they sound like Tribulation. They do. There's a lot going on with Cloak. Black metal mixed with elements of rock, heavy metal. There's influences ranging from Danzig, heavy metal shit, like, I don't know. It's I'm already tripping over my words here trying to defend this album because so many people have lambasted it just saying it's a Tribulation ripoff. But that's so much more simple than what this actually is. There's not a bad song on this album. There's a couple instrumentals, Death Posture and Passage. The Hunger is my favorite track, Forever Burned, and then the closing track, Deep Red. All amazing shit. The songs on this are pretty lengthy. They range from anywhere to 5 to 8 minutes. Really, really awesome shit. If you like the newer Tribulation stuff, you're probably going to like this. But keep an open mind. Don't just peg them as an imitation band. It's not that simple always. Number 39, Weregoats with Pestilential Rites of Infernal Fornication. Fucking love that album cover. Got some titties on the back. This band is from Portland, Oregon. This was released through Iron Bonehead, as well as Parasitic Records, which is run by a member of Weregoats. And it's Black Death. It's bestial, it's evil, it's fucking filthy raw, just absolute brutality. I remember I was at my friend Colby's house, and he put this album on. I think it was the day it was released, and I was like, what is this? It's the new Weregoat. Fucking tight. Some amazing songs on here. Osculum and Fame, Molested by Evil, the wordy, screaming forth endless blasphemies and emitting foul seed upon the pitiful face of benevolence. That's one song title. The title track, At Full Moon She Bleeds. Great shit on here. If you like stuff like Beherit, Blasphemy, Crua Fragium, which I talked about in the last video, this is some really awesome shit. I spun the shit out of this record when I first got it. Number 38. This is Drowning the Light with, I don't know how to pronounce this word, Varcolisai Rising. Let's go with that. But the Varcolisai are like ancient werewolves, basically. That's what a lot of this album is centered around. The last Drowning the Light album, I think it was entitled From the Abyss, correct me if I'm wrong, was outstanding. I think that came out in 2015. So this, the follow-up full length. And Asgore of Drowning the Light has been putting out a ton of material lately, from like demo compilations, full lengths, EPs, stuff like that. So there's a ton of great Drowning the Light material out there right now. This one is phenomenal. Blood Covered Moon of Varcolisai, Nosferatu, Lycanthropic Tyranny, Drinking Lunar Spells. I mean, there's so much great material on here. Drowning the Light never disappoints. One man, Australian black metal, Dark Adversary Productions. Get familiarized with it because it is the shit. Coming in at number 37, Godthrones with The World Ablaze. Now, there was a lengthy gap in between full-length releases from Godthroned. This came out in 2017, obviously, and I believe their last full-length came out in 2011, but I'm not 100% sure on that. But this band from the Netherlands, known for their blackened death metal style, this record I would say is straight up a death metal record. It's all centered around war and battle and things like that. You have songs like Annihilation Crusade, the title track, The World Ablaze, On the Wrong Side of the Wire, which is my favorite track from this album. And this has a definite bolt thrower feel to it, with the death metal grooves, the battle themes, lyrical content. And I would say that this is head and toes above the Memoriam album that came out this year featuring Carl Willits of Bolt Thrower. I think that this smashes that record. I was not thrilled with that record. This one I listen to this one in my car all the time, and I just end up just pounding my steering wheel because it's so fucking heavy, man. So if you like that style of death metal, check out the new Godthroned. It might be a little bit different than what you're used to if you're a fan of older Godthroned, but I think that it's a great effort, and if they continue with that style, I will most definitely be paying attention. Number 36, The Ominous Circle with Appalling Ascension. This was a joint release with $20 Spin and Osmos Productions. The Ominous Circle are from Portugal. It says on the Metallum Encyclopedia that this is black death metal. I would say this is more of a straight-up death metal album, but that's what my ears hear. But it's very, very dark, very brooding. I guess ominous is a good word for it, for the Ominous Circle. It's very heavy. There's a lot of pretty much breakdowns, not like the traditional deathcore, metalcore style breakdown, obviously, but very, very intensely heavy shit. Really great album. This is their first full-length album. I hope that this band keeps putting out great music and that more people take notice, because this one came out all the way back in January, and I had it on my list since January. Never left. I didn't see too many people talking about it. It's a great, great death metal record. Definitely some black metal influence, but I think it's more of a death metal record. Listen to the track Poison Fumes if you're interested. That one seals the deal for me. Coming in at 35, this is Heresy Arch. I believe that's how you pronounce it, with Death Ordinance. Fantastic, sort of on the bestial side of black metal from New Zealand. This was a Dark Descent Records release. Just put up the vinyl for pre-order not too long ago, so I'm hoping to snag that. Yeah, what more can I say? But this is probably one of my favorite war metal type of albums to come out this year. Definitely has like a Conqueror, Black Witchery feel to it, but a little more, I don't want to say death metal oriented, but it's got kind of that ferocity that a death metal album would have, as opposed to just the raw aggression of these bestial sort of black metal bands. To me, it's in a league of its own. It's comparable to bands like that, but I think that they're in their own little category, and I think that that's amazing, because so many bands can easily be pegged into that subgenre, and while they play that style, they manage to write songs that are memorable. The riffs are very strong. They get stuck in your head, And for, that style, it's not always easy to do. So, Heresy Arch with Death Ordinance. Listen to it. All right. Easily the most accessible, the most mainstream, if you will, album on this list. Mastodon, Emperor of Sand. I've been a fan of Mastodon since Leviathan. Yes, they have gradually gone on to a more accessible sound, but I believe that they are still a metal band. You can call them progressive if you want, but they firmly fall into the metal category. They're reaching new heights where they're performing on nationally televised programs like Jimmy Kimmel, which is absurd when you think about this band. It's just a local band from Atlanta, Georgia, and all of a sudden they're playing on national TV. But and even, my favorite song on here is the second track, Show Yourself, which is by far the most poppy thing that Mastodon has ever done. But it's catchy as fuck. I love the chorus in that. The three vocalist attack is amazing. It keeps things interesting. It keeps things fresh. Is this Mastodon's strongest album? No. But I thought that it was a great album. I listened to it a ton. Not everyone is going to like it. Not everyone likes Mastodon. Although, to be fair, a lot of people like Mastodon. So, maybe take a chance on it if you haven't. You never know. All right, here we've got, what is this? 33. Craven Idol, The Shackles of Mammon. Dark Descent Records release. Absolutely phenomenal black thrash from London, England. I loved this album. Reminiscent of, say, Destroyer 666, Aura Noir, stuff like that. The opening track, Pyromancer, A Ripping Strike, Dash to Death. Lots of great thrashing black madness on this record. Another record that I don't think too many people talked about. Definitely worthy of more praise. Dark Descent absolutely killed it this year, and Craven Idol is just another solid release that came out through that label this year. If you like black thrash, listen to Craven Idol, listen to The Shackles of Mammon. You will not be disappointed, I promise you that. Number 32, Vallon Fire. This is Fear Those Who Fear Him. This band features Greg McIntosh of Paradise Lost, as well as the new and current drummer of Paradise Lost, as well as ex-guitarist of My Dying Bride. It's kind of a super group. And they play a mixture of, I would say, death, doom, and even elements of like crust and D-beat. It's hard as fuck. Some of these songs are just, and the guitar tone on this record, flawless. Oh my god. It's got kind of that HM2 vibe to it, but a little more nasty. Oh man. Just the guitar tone alone was worthy of putting this album this high up on this list. But, this is the third full-length now from Vallon Fire, and they just keep continuing to get better. I think that this is the best Vallon Fire album yet. And it's amazing that, with a band like Paradise Lost still putting out new music, Greg McIntosh finds time to write music like this with this Vallon Fire project. Outstanding stuff. I can't recommend this one highly enough. And then finally, we get to number 31 on this list. This is Power Trip, Nightmare Logic. This is one that everyone and their mother was talking about this year, and it's another one that deserves all the praise that it's gotten. This is the crossover band right now. Power Trip are doing it better than everyone else. Their last album, Manifest Decimation, was outstanding. This one, Nightmare Logic, on par with that release, if not better. Paolo Girardi artwork on here. The opening track, Soul Sacrifice, kicks off with a fucking riff that will make you want to smash your grandma's face in. Executioner's Tax, Swing of the Axe, probably one of my favorite tracks of the year. Firing Squad, the title track, Crucifixation to close things out. This was released on Southern Lord. Yeah, if you like thrash, if you like crossover, if you like hardcore, you probably already know Power Trip. You probably already love them. This phenomenal record for the year of 2017. So that's it for numbers 40 to 31. The next video will be 30 to 21. Getting to the point where there's a significant gap between, you know, the top 50 to maybe about 26, 25, and then like once you get to 25 on this list, that's when the real fucking bangers start kicking in, at least in my opinion. But anyways, thank you for watching this video, sticking around, clicking that like button, clicking that subscribe button. You guys rule. And as always, until the next time, take care.